friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla. If you're not new, thanks for coming back. Always happy to have you. If you are new, I like to do a lot of book lifestyle content here on this channel. And that's where we get into today's video, which is another lifestyle vlog, another unemployment vlog, my second in my unemployment series. If you haven't seen it, I will link it here, but my last vlog was an unemployment vlog where I shared that I was recently laid off from my job and actively looking for a new job and exploring and taking you guys along the unemployment journey. I'm starting this video, it's a little bit different. It is Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I'm sorry, what are we doing? Do you want to escape? Come on. It's Thursday, it's 7:30 p.m. I just landed back in Boston like an hour and a half ago. Just got back to my house, jumped in the shower, threw in some laundry, and we're getting back to work. So I'm starting this unemployment vlog a little bit early the night before because I have kind of an early morning tomorrow, and honestly, being off and being away on vacation for a week was really nice, but also a little bit stressful for me. I felt just very idle, and being in the unemployed space, it doesn't feel good to be idle. It feels like you're wasting time that you don't have. So I decided to jump on in a little bit early and get this vlog started. I have an interview tomorrow. It's not my first, it's like my first face-to-face interview tomorrow. It's over Zoom. I had a couple screening calls previously last week before I went away, but I have my first interview tomorrow at 9:30, and I typically get a little bit nervous before interviews, so I wanted to do my intro and stuff and lead you into this video before that interview starts, and then we can jump into it tomorrow. So I have an interview tomorrow, and it's for a position for a different kind of work that I've never done before, so I'm a little bit nervous. Tomorrow I'll take you through my interview prep process because I actually have another interview next week that I'm going to be prepping for tomorrow during the day, and we're just going to see what this days in my unemployed life looks like and what we're doing. Honestly, it was kind of best case scenario. It worked out honestly exactly how I wanted it to, where I applied for a ton of jobs before I went to Puerto Rico, before I went on vacation, and I set up some interviews over email while I was away, and then I'm coming back and going into this next week with interviews on the calendar, which feels good. Not putting all my eggs in one basket for any of them, but I'm excited about them, and I think it's a step in the right direction, and it's one that I'm excited for. So I have to do some interview prep tonight, which I'm not going to show you today. I'll show you tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to apply for a couple more jobs, obviously. Tomorrow I also want to share with you guys how I'm tracking my activities and the jobs that I've applied to that I can check up on, or conversations I've had with people, so I'm making sure that I'm staying on top of all of these different streams and threads of conversations that I'm having to make sure that I'm not losing track of anything, because I think I've created a pretty good system for myself to do that, and I want to share that in case somebody else is going through this journey and needs a little bit of help. There's a lot of resources out there for interview prep that you can find, but I just want to share my tips in case you find them helpful for you as well. I did just want to say thank you for the support and the love that I received on the last video. I actually got a lot of like comments and DMs on Instagram that were very positive and very supportive, and I thank you guys very much for that. I actually really liked last week's vlog. It felt like my most me vlog for a very long time, but I'm very excited to keep sharing this journey with you. Truthfully, I hope it's not a very long journey, but I'm excited to share with you what I can, and I hope, like I said, if you're in this position, I feel for you, and I'm so sorry, and I'm wishing you the best of luck. But if anybody can find these videos helpful along the unemployed process, the layoff process, that's my only goal. That being said, I did get some comments and some DMs that were not super nice about the last week's vlog. A lot of people said that like it makes me unhireable to be vlogging this journey and sharing it with people, and honestly, to talk about layoffs. Layoffs are not taboo. If you scroll on LinkedIn, everybody who's been laid off is talking about their layoff, and some of them have been very detailed, calling out their companies about their layoff processes. And honestly, I'm not brave enough to be that kind of person to call out the company directly, and it's not even really about the layoff itself. There's not much to write home about the particulars of the layoff. It's about the process after that is scary and nerve-wracking and confusing, and it can be really difficult. So my goal with these videos, as always, is to share my journey, to try and help other people, but also to document this for myself. I said in my last video, I could end up in a really cool place. This could be a blessing in disguise, where one door closes and another great one opens, and I just want to be able to look back in the past, or in the future look back and say that was a really shitty time, but like she stuck through it, she did good, and look where she is now. And I'm well within my rights to do that. I'm not gonna talk about the company. I don't really give a shit about the company. The company and I, we've done parted ways. They gave me my severance. That it's done. It is what it is. Another big number of comments I got, or DMs that I got, were about how this is not something to be upset about, that like companies aren't your family. Companies like don't have to care about you. Like this is business. Like companies don't give a shit about people. And that was really, really disheartening. And it was from a lot of people that have also been laid off, which made me so sad, because and maybe it's naive of me, and that's fine. I don't want to look at this as companies don't have to care about their employee. Do I go to a company or to a job and expect to find a family? No, I have a great family. I don't need a family out of my job, out of my place of employment. Do I go to work looking to find best friends? No, I have best friends. If I make a friend at work, I would love that, but that is not the point of going to work. I go to work to do my job and get a paycheck. Do I expect to go to work and be treated like a human that is deserving of respect, that has rights, that like is more than just a body doing a job? Yes. So I can talk about my layoff experience. I can talk about how I think it's stupid for jobs to lay off people and not offer severance, to uproot people's lives, to leave them without income, and to leave them stranded. I think that's messed up. And I think if we keep going around and we accept that jobs and companies aren't supposed to care about us, it's going to lead to a scary world. My company doesn't need to hold my hand. They don't need to be my best friends. They don't need to be my family. But they are my source of income. They are my source of my livelihood. They are my job. Do I expect to be treated as a respected human, as an individual? Yes. And if we don't hold companies accountable for that, if we just accept this, that they don't have to give a shit about us, that's a scary world we're setting ourselves up for. When companies stop treating their employees like people and stop caring about their employees, that's a major problem. And if you're going into a job search and you are thinking that your company or your employer does not have to care about you and treat you like a human, I'm sorry. Yes, I expect my employer to treat me like a person. And if we don't, things will only get worse for us as employees, right? We need to hold companies accountable. We need to be able to say that companies need to care about us as people. Because if they don't care about us as people, why would we want to work there? I am going to keep sharing my unemployment journey because it's helpful for me to work through this with people and to share this journey. I want to be able to look back on these difficult times when I'm in an easier stage of life. I want to help people if I'm able to with this platform. And no, I'm sorry, I don't buy the I'm a robot and companies don't have to give a shit about me and employers don't have to care about me. I don't buy it. I want to work for someone who cares about me as a person, that recognizes that I'm a human being, that I have a life, that I'm a person, that I'm a unique and a hardworking individual. And I'm going to be looking for that in my next place of employment. And if you're unemployed, you should too. Because why would you want to work for somebody who doesn't care and is just going to treat you like a number? It's a Thursday. My interview's at 9:30 tomorrow. I'm pretty tired, I can't even lie. And I'm going to have to go to bed early because Puerto Rico is an hour ahead of Boston, so I'm gonna have to negotiate that time difference in my sleep. I need to do my hair before bed because I don't want to worry about that in the morning. I need to make a to-do list for myself for tomorrow, just to kind of work through my day, figure out what we're doing, getting back into the swing of things. And I do want to get a video edited and uploaded to have ready to go for tomorrow. Tomorrow I think I'm going to spend some time editing, so I'm good for like next week. And I want to do some writing tomorrow. I haven't written in a very long time and I need to. I really need to. So I'm gonna go get a to-do list going. I'm gonna get some stuff done. We're gonna order dinner. And my treat for today, because my boyfriend, who is a gift on this earth, dropped me off. He picked me up at the airport, which, first of all, if somebody's willing to pick you up from Logan Airport, wow, they must really love you. He picked me up, he dropped me off, and he was like, please relax tonight, have a good night, enjoy the rest of your vacation, and we'll get back to it tomorrow. He's taking me on a fancy date tomorrow. He asked me to go on a fancy date with him, which is so cute. For my treat myself, we are ordering in dinner because I don't have any groceries, first and foremost. And we are going to watch How to Train Your Dragon, which is a new comfort movie for me, unlocked. I'm gonna get some stuff done. I've been talking for a very long time. Sorry if this intro is long. Let's rock and roll. Hi. What are we doing? I can't. Maple. Somebody is being quite the menace today. I think she missed me. Oh, one other thing that we're going to do tonight is plan my outfit for my interview and pick that out. Also, I bought one thing in Puerto Rico. One thing, and I didn't need it. It's kind of silly. But look how cute he is. He's a little coconut pig. He's a piggy bank. He's gonna sit on my desk. He's my new coworker. Yeah, I'm gonna pick out my outfit for my interview. We might just do that now, honestly, to get it out of the way. Trying to determine what to wear tomorrow for this interview. I feel like it's pretty standard for me to go for a blazer for an interview, so I'm not like thrown off by that. I have one blazer that I think I look really sharp in, so I'll save that for an in-person opportunity. It's this brown houndstooth blazer from Target. This is like the Holy Grail blazer, and I save it for in-person things. That we shan't be wearing tomorrow. I'm gonna go with this one, which is also from Target. This is a Universal Threads one. It's like a knit sweatshirt blazer, but it's this like nice like caramel tan color. But what to wear under it? Sweater under a blazer feels like a lot when I'm sitting in my house. Oh, that's way too close to the same color. No, we're not gonna do that. This I don't love, but I might do it. It's inside out, but it's a like mulberry bodysuit from Old Navy. I don't love it, but I think I'm gonna roll with it. Nice Zella leggings on the bottom. It's a Zoom interview, y'all. You're so cute. Are you being a good girl? Are you being a good girl? Is this one of the times you're being actually cute, or are you going to secretly bite my hand? What a good girl. Do you want to see yourself? Who is that? Maple May. Who is that? Maple and I are going to snug while I think of what I need to do next. I'm gonna do some interview prep. I'm gonna go order dinner. I'm gonna edit, and I'm probably gonna just talk to you guys in the morning because it's 8 o'clock and I'm honestly already ready for bed and I have to get up pretty early. I will see you in the morning. We will have unemployment day 2. Okay, I'm back. I am in bed getting ready to do my interview prep for tomorrow, just like writing down some questions and some thoughts. And I'm just like sitting here thinking, it is literally 2 weeks and a day since I got laid off, and I already have 3 interviews lined up. I'm feeling very, very grateful. Like, I know that a lot of people are not in that situation, cannot say the same, and like, I know things are gonna work out for me, even if it's not with these jobs that I have interviews for, but it just feels better to be, it feels good to be making this progress, and I'm really, really grateful that I'm making this progress. Interviews are hard to get, so I'm feeling very, very grateful, and I'm feeling positive and hopeful, which is important. And I hope if you're in that situation, you're feeling that way too. Okay, it is 9 o'clock. I've been up since like 7:30. I got up, I drank my greens, I did some laundry, folded it, put it away, did my hair. I'm dressed. I actually like the tan and the berry color together, so we're just gonna roll with it. I have my glasses, I'm on my laptop. I still have like half an hour until the interview, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get some stuff done that I have on my to-do list. I need to fill up my reading planner for the past couple weeks. I need to make a February productivity background. I'm just kind of hanging out, trying to keep myself calm, reviewing my notes and my questions before this interview in half an hour. I have this, and then I have therapy at 11. This should only be like half an hour, so not too bad. Therapy at 11, and then I'm kind of done for the day. My boyfriend asked me to go on a fancy date with him, so I'll have to get ready for that later today, so maybe I'll show you guys some of that. I have some things on my to-do list that I'll obviously take you through, and I have some videos I want to get filmed, but so far pretty easy day. I'm feeling pretty good about this interview. I'm feeling okay. I'm not quite sure what to expect, honestly, and I think that's why I'm feeling all right. I expected myself to be a little bit more nervous than I am, which I think is a good thing. We'll take that. I'm gonna go keep reviewing my notes, get in the zone a little bit, and I'll talk to you guys after this interview. Wish me luck. Okay, interview's done. I think it went well. It was about 25 minutes, just 5 screening questions. They had a really clear timeline for this role, which is very helpful. I will hear back either way by next week. If I'm invited back for a second round, that'd be the week of the 13th and 14th. The final round would be the week after, and they would make the offer the week after that. So kind of a good timeline for the next month. But I feel like the interview went okay. I was a little bit more nervous than I thought I would be. Like the 3 minutes I was just waiting to enter the Zoom were just pure panic. My Zoom needed to install updates, and I needed to log in, and it didn't recognize my login, and it was a mess. But luckily she was still in the meeting, so it kind of worked out. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, we are back in comfy clothes, just a flannel for today. And I want to take you guys through my interview prep process for interviews. But I have a notebook where I've been keeping track of everything that I have applied for, that's in progress, conversations I've had with people, meetings, emails I've scheduled, things like that. This is really helpful because in the state of Massachusetts, to file for unemployment, which I did find out while I was in Puerto Rico, I qualify for unemployment. To file each week, you do need to list 3 job searching activities at least that you've done every single week to be able to receive your unemployment award. So I started keeping track of a list. I think I mentioned in my first unemployment vlog, I just wanted to see how many jobs I had to apply for and interviews I had to do in order to get a position. For example, I started on this first page with a log of jobs I've applied for, some other companies to look at that I haven't applied for yet. I also have a list of things I was rejected for. Sad. And then I had to do some other math activities for book of the month jobs, which is really a little annoying, but I also have a list of my interviews and calls and just some notes from a call. And I have an interview next week at BC, Boston College, which actually went to BC for a year. So it's gonna be cool to kind of go back to campus, and if I can get this job to go back on campus. I think 2 interviews on Tuesday. I have to get there starting at 3:30. I'm gonna set up my notebook. I don't know that we'll get to use this as often because it's an in-person interview. I feel like it's a little bit awkward to take out a notebook and be like, let me bring you guys down so you guys can see where it is at the Brighton campus. For me to have the logistics of the interview. This is where I talk about myself, my positions, my experiences to highlight, questions I have. It's always good to come prepared with questions, and I often do have them about the role, and this is a big one that I have for a lot of my jobs lately, is like, what does growth look like? any notes that I want to take during the interview or things I want to make note of, and then the next steps. One thing I also do for each of these interview sheets is write myself a little positive note. Typically I write breathe because I get nervous, so I remind myself to breathe. So breathe, and something like this time we write, you are amazing and I'm proud of you. I'm gonna write I'm proud of you because I am proud of you. Like I said, I do this for every single interview, so even if I have multiple interviews for a same position, I will do this for every position, because honestly in interviews you are meeting with different populations, different people, so I think it's important to have different questions targeted for those people. Like today I had more logistical basic questions about scheduling and student interaction and things like that, but my next, and if I get another interview that would be directly with my supervisor, I might have different questions about like what growth looks like, what the ideal candidate looks like, what do they look like, what do they look for in someone in this position. Vary your questions. You might also want to vary the experiences that you're talking about depending on the person you're talking to. So yeah, but that is for next Tuesday, so I can think about that for the next couple of days. And then I usually have this notebook on me, or if I'm at home I can find it really easily, and I just make a note of all of those things. That's something that you might want to do, is if you're in a job search or a job hunt, create a notebook for yourself, or it can be digital. I just prefer to write it out. Keep a log of the jobs you've applied for, activities or calls that you've had, especially when I traveled last week. If I hadn't heard back from somebody and I wanted to follow up, I made a note of the last time I heard from that person, so I knew when to come back to follow up with them, or if I didn't have to or anything. It's good to keep track of the jobs you're rejected for, as much as it sucks, so you know not to keep hoping for that job or to hear back. And then create a doc or a sheet for each of your interviews to make some notes, write some questions, get organized, so you can go into that interview feeling a little bit more relaxed because you've done the prep work you need for it. I have therapy in like 25 minutes, but I need to eat a snack, so I'm gonna go eat, and I'll talk to you guys after therapy. We had therapy. Some tears were shed. All good tears. That was my first session since I've been laid off, so you know, she kind of started session, was like, how are things, how are you? And I was like, man, we've been better. She was so comforting and so helpful. One thing that she, like, I've known it in the back of my head, but she really validated for me, is that I need to take more time to sit in the feelings of being sad and upset. Like, this is a stressful, not fun time. This sucks. It's not rainbows and butterflies, right? Like, it's a bad time, but I don't think I've been letting myself feel that, ignoring that and choosing to be productive instead, and ignoring that and like, I'm not gonna be sad, I'm just gonna go apply for more jobs. I need to be sad and I need to be bummed, and I need to acknowledge that this sucks. That is the kind of the tip I'm gonna give myself today. I'm not gonna apply for any more jobs. I'm gonna take it a little bit more slow. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a breather. I know I just went on vacation. Like, I think this is a great time to be intentional and to take your time and to like feel for yourself and read yourself. I'm gonna rework the to-do list. I'm going to not apply for any more jobs today. I'm going to instead finish up some of the other stuff on my to-do list. Like, I have some editing I want to do, some journaling, and then I'm gonna let myself chill out for this afternoon, because I've taken time off and I've not been applying for jobs and I've done other things, but I don't think I have still let myself rest and relax, and in that be sad and be angry and be frustrated and just let myself feel what I'm feeling. It's time to get ready for fancy date. I have my dress on and some leggings because it's a 7-degree night, but it feels like -10. And I'm gonna do some makeup, get ready to leave. I'm just gonna time lapse my makeup so you guys can follow along. It doesn't want to focus, but a little sweater dress, and I have some thick leggings on. this is the look. Makeup is very simple, very easy, very quick. We are ready to go. Just show the full fit, the full vibe, the boots. Oh, we're so crooked. I'm gonna go have a good night out. Good date night. Hi friends, happy Saturday. It is the next morning. I'm back from a fancy dinner date. Grant just dropped me off. Overall, I feel like I had a good day yesterday. I had a good interview and I'm hopeful that I'll have another one with that company. Grant and I are actually gonna drive by and get a feel for the location of it today. Just in case, because it's close by to where we're going to dinner tonight. Had a good therapy, had a good realization of like recognizing that I need to take a break and use this time to also rest. But next week I think I will definitely feel more in a space where I can have a day to apply for jobs and have other interviews next week. Hopefully I'll hear back from this job next week and hopefully it'll be good news. But I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will definitely be another one coming shortly. But yeah, I'm still enjoying sharing this journey and, you know, this process and sharing what I'm learning and what I'm figuring out with you guys. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, or go visit me over on Instagram at RoyReadingCo, and I'll see you guys in my next one.